Hey, what is going on, Pokemaniacs? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Lucario Man, and today I have the very last battle of the IDL. And I got to say that it's been a really amazing journey throughout this league. I had a lot of fun, a lot of down moments too. Unfortunately, the last battle I lost in a very bad manner, so my opponent defeated me 6-0, which really puts me in a really hard position now because, as it turns out, if I do want to make playoffs, which in this league it's all the way to top 10, I do have to win my very last battle. And not only do I have to win it, but I really have to get a good differential so I can, increase my chances of making playoffs. And for the very last week of the league, we're gonna be facing Bulbastorm. He is the captain of the Seattle Leaf Storms. So let's go and jump into team preview and team predictions. Alrighty guys, here we are. My opponent's team has the Hydrapple, the Gallade, who is the Tera Captain. His second Tera Captain is the Cryogonal. He also has Ariados, has a third Tera Captain. My opponent also has the Slowking, and my previous Pokemon, the Talonflame. Very shameless on my opponent. I wouldn't doubt that he's gonna be bringing the Talonflame to kind of counter my Enamorus as a Tera Captain, because Enamorus, so he's got the normally he's got the Moonblast, which the Talonflame can resist due to being a fire type. Normally he's got the Mystical Fire, obviously he can resist it, and then the Earth Power, which Talonflame is immune, so I gotta be really careful with the Talonflame for sure. Next, my opponent has the Tauros, who can get rid of any screens that I set up with my Grimmsnarl, so I'm not gonna be using screens for the last week. Next, he's got the Magnezone, who can trap my Fortress. That leads me to believe that my Fortress is gonna bring the Body Press to counter this guy. Next, we have the Diancie, and last but not least, the Gligar. So let's go ahead and predict what my opponent is gonna be bringing. Alright, so I'm gonna make this super quick. I think my opponent is gonna be bringing the Tera Captain, the Gallade, and then the Hydrapple, because the Hydrapple does have a really high special attack, and dragons are just overall very offensive Pokemon. Has a support Pokemon and then a secondary Tera Captain. I think my opponent is gonna bring the Cryogonal for a Rapid Spinner, and then he's also gonna be bringing the Slowking. The Slowking might be looking to setting up a Trick Room. That's a possibility for sure. Next, I think my opponent is gonna bring the Talonflame. I already explained why, to kind of counter my Enamorus. And then, I'm kind of, let's see. I think he's gonna bring the Tauros to get rid of any screens. I think I'm gonna make a switch here. I don't think he's gonna be bringing the Slowking anymore. I think he's gonna be bringing this guy, the Magnezone, to do any Volt switching or any Flash Cannon. He only has to be very careful about my Magnezone, not my Magnezone, I'm sorry, about my Electivire. So now let's go ahead and take a look at the team that I will be bringing for this week. Alright, so these 6 Pokemon are the ones that I will be bringing to this battle. So I think one thing that I want to highlight is that my Fortress, it's gonna have the Body Press, so I can deal damage to the Magnezone, and then he's also gonna have the Iron Head, so I can take down the Diancie if my opponent decides to bring it, although I do doubt it, but just in case. He's also gonna have the Rapid Spin and then the Volt Switch, so I can pivot into something else. My Enamorus, he's gonna have the Fairy Tera type, so I can increase the Moonblast damage. Furthermore, as a support Pokemon, I'm gonna bring the Grimmsnarl, you know, just like every other week. He's gonna have the Parting Shot, the Thunder Wave, the Spirit Break, and then the Reflect, maybe? I will see. I think I will also bring the Terrakion. For this battle, he's gonna have the Choice Scarf, so I can do a Rock Slide on the Talonflame and just kill it ASAP. Next, the Chandelure, he's gonna be a Choice Scarfed. No, not Choice Scarfed. I'm gonna bring him Choice Specs, so I can just increase my damage output. And then he's gonna have the trick, so I can, you know, disturb my opponent's strategy by switching the items. And then last but not least, I'm gonna bring my Electivire. And I decided to bring the Electivire because precisely because of the Magnezone, so I do resist both of the stabs of the Magnezone. And then I have the Ice Punch, which can hit super effective, the Hydrapple. And then the what's the name of that move? The Supercell Slam can hit the Talonflame for super effective damage. I only have to be on the lookout for any Will-O-Wisp. And then with the Fire Punch, I can also hit the Creogonal. So I think the Electivire has a lot of versatility, and that's why I decided to bring it in this week instead of my second Tera Captain being the Arvoliva. And now, without further ado, let's go and jump into the battle.
Oh, I'm unbeatable. Walking down this endless highway, nothing but my friends beside me. We'll never give in, we'll never rest. Advanced battle is the ultimate test for me.
Alright then guys, let's see. So my opponent brings the Gallade, who's Terra Fire, the Talonflame, he brings the that Apple Dragon, the Creogonal, who's also Terra Fire. He brings, let's take a look, the Slowking and then the Tauros. Very interesting team. Alright, so my opponent is gonna lead with the Talonflame. Meanwhile, I'm leading with my Grimmsnarl. Let's go for a Thunder Wave right here. Alright, that's gonna slow down the Talonflame. That's looking pretty good for me. Can he get the para? Nah, he's gonna hit the U-turn. Oh, that's gonna do a lot of damage. That kind of makes me believe that my opponent is choice banned. Alright, my opponent is gonna bring the Gentihorns. Ooh, he's gonna set up the Intimidate. Should I Parting Shot or Reflect? Actually, I'm not gonna do the Reflect because this guy can get rid of them. I'm gonna Parting Shot. Oh, he's gonna retreat. Oh yeah, he's choice banned for sure. Alright, I'm gonna bring my Bastion right here. Or should I go for Chandler? Nah, you know what? I gotta go for my Bastion. Let's take a look. Who does my opponent have that wants to take a Rock Slide? Oh boy. Let's go for the Rock Slide. He might go for the Gallade. Oh, my opponent goes for a Brave Birth. That means that the Talonflame is gonna go down right here. Okay, that was an interesting gamble on my opponent's part, you know, because he could have very well been paralyzed. Alright, the Rotocore, who is this? Interesting. Very, very interesting. Should I go for Heaven Hole? No. I'm gonna go for my Stormella. Should I risk it? Yeah, I got no choice. Like, I'd never faced up against the Hydrapple, so I don't know if he has a move that can threaten my Stormella. Alright, here comes my Stormella. Let's see what my opponent went for. A Giga Drain. Alright, that's not gonna do much. Should I Moonblast or Mystical Fire or Coal Mine? Let's go for a Coal Mine right here, because I feel like my opponent is gonna switch. Right, there's the retreat. He's more than likely gonna go for the Cryogonal or Pablo. All right. All right. Let's take a look. I think I'm gonna Fairy here and then Moonblast. Hopefully that's gonna do a lot of damage. Although I highly doubt it. I'm predicting a 60% damage. Alright, let's find out how much this is gonna do. Oh, he's gonna Thunder Wave me. Damn, that sucks. Can I hit this? Alright, how much is this gonna do? This has got to do a lot. Oh, I get the one-hit KO. Wow. That is OP. And I was only predicting a 60% damage. Alright, here comes the Rutcore. Oh, I mean, I'm sure I'm not gonna be faster now, but if I can only... Oh, Giga Drain? Okay, fair enough. That's barely gonna do anything. Can I hit this Moonblast? Oh! He had the berry. Can I get the kill still? Oof, I cannot. Alrighty. Fire Blast? Nah, let's just go for a Moonblast again. Alright, he's gonna get some HP back. Can I hit it again? I can. Sweet. Boom. Alright, that's kill number 2 for my Tera Captain. Alright, Habichi. Who is that? Ooh, he's Tera Fire. I'm gonna go for an extra sensory right here. My Stormella is gonna go down here, like, for sure. So I decided to go for the extra sensory because I can at least hit for neutral damage. But if he goes for the Tera Fire and I go for a Moonblast, that would have not done a lot of damage. Alright. Okay, here's the delayed. He's gonna go for the Psychic Cut. Alright, let's go for my Bastion right here and then do a Rock Slide. Okay, so I'm faster even without the Choice Scarf. The question here is, does my opponent survive a Rock Slide? He avoided? Bro, that mattered a lot. And he gets a critical. Oh boy, that really sucked. So I gotta go for my Dreadlock and then Thunder Wave this thing, and hopefully I'm not gonna miss that. Yeah, let's go for the Thunder Wave right here so I can... Oh, he's gonna retreat. That's very smart. That's actually very smart. Alright, this thing is gonna become much slower now. Should I reflect here just for the heck of it? No, not yet. Let's Parting Shot. And then let's go for my Harrenhal. What does my opponent do right here? Let's see. Flash. Alright. Yeah, that's not gonna do much. I get a Body Press right here. Or should I predict the switch into the Glade? And then go Iron Head. Let's go for the Body Press. Alright, my opponent is gonna retreat right here. More than likely, gonna go into the Glade. Oh no, he's gonna go into the Tauros. How much is this gonna do? Oh, okay. That's very interesting. Should I Volt Switch? Nah, let's go for a Buddy, but for another Body Press. Fire Blast! Wow. Oh, that does not get the kill. Is this gonna get the kill? Yeah, it does. Alright, that's a very bold move on my opponent's part. It's also really smart, but he could have missed that Fire Blast. Alright, so my opponent's only remaining Pokemon happen to be his Tera Captains. Here comes the Hibichi. This sucks. Alright, so with my Chandelure, it's a Spittie. That sucks. So I really need to para this guy. Alright, let's... I'm pretty sure I'm dead here, but... Sacred Sword. Alright, he's gonna get hurt by the Rocky Helmet. Yeah, I'm gonna go for my Dreadlock and try to do a para on this guy. Okay. Yeah, let's go for the Thunder Wave. Oh, he's gonna retreat, dang it. Dandruff. That's fine, that's fine. Let's see how much a Spirit Break will do here. Flash Cannon? Wow, I was not expecting that. Alright, that does next to nothing. And how much is this going to do? Oh, that does a lot of damage. Yeah, I got to go into my Electrodude here. Yeah, let's Parting Shot and then Electrodude. Alrighty, let's, like I said, Electrodude, and then perhaps a Fire Punch. Flash Cannon, that's gonna do next to nothing. Let's see.
battle. Alright, Super Cell Slam. I get a critical, but that did not matter at all. Alright, I think my Electivire outspeeds right here. Yeah, I do outspeed. Let's go for another. Ooh, I might miss this, or I can go for an Earthquake. Let's go for the Super Cell Slam. Hopefully, I'm not gonna miss it. Alright. Oh, Tera Blast. That's very interesting. He is faster. What? Alright, he does not get the kill, but I do, and that's GG's. Alright guys, thank you all so much for sticking around and watching, and I do want to wish you all a good rest of your weekend. Take care. See ya!